Welcome to the Escape Your Limits podcast. This is part 2 of the Workout Bar interview, and we don't normally do this, but this was something that the owners felt was important for us to have a conversation with the guys that are on the gym floor, the ones that are really making the business happen, the ones that are really responsible for the customer service, the customer experience. So I hope you enjoyed this episode and let us know what you think. Thank you. Cool. Yeah, so tell us about you guys. So how did you find out about Workout Bar then?
Wow, I actually started at the gym next door.
Okay.
And then Brian actually told me, he's like, how would you like to work for Workout Bar? And I didn't know exactly what Workout Bar was until they brought me and I saw like the first class. I did the first class and I was like, yeah, let's do it. I like the atmosphere, I like the people. I honestly, what kept me or what sold me on working here was actually Steve, Sam, and Brian.
Right.
Yeah, my bosses, I was like, you can't find men who look out for their employees like this anywhere else, for sure. But why I stayed was for sure the customers, the members, my coworkers. It's a very home and comfortable environment.
Right.
And it's fun, and I love it.
Right.
I love it.
And Brittany, what was your first impression? How would you describe it? Have you seen anything like this before, or was it totally different? What was your first impression of?
I feel like it was in me, but I never seen it actually manifested.
Right.
And so,
what do you mean by that then?
So I have different ideas of man, I really want to be a part of something social.
Right.
Because I'm a social person. You would never really find me in a gym lifting weights. I don't know what I'm doing. I need someone to tell me what to do.
Yeah.
And so I always want to be part of a fun environment.
Right.
And so when this crossed my path, I was pretty excited to be a part of it as a member.
Right.
But then I got asked to be a part of the team. And so I was pretty excited.
Yeah.
So yeah, the concept, I love the concept.
So did you work out before? Have you worked out?
My workouts have been like this.
Okay, and why is that, do you think then? Do you do it because you know you've got to do it, but
I think
you don't really
being
like it?
a part of a culture helps me be more consistent.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
And what's your driver? Is it because you know it's good for you and you really should do it, like, eating good food, or is it that you sort of like doing it but you find motivation? How would you describe your sort of relationship with fitness?
Ooh. My relationship with fitness. Oh, Jesus. My fitness relationship has been up and down, up and down.
Right.
And so I think what's changed my perspective is being a part of a family, being part of a culture, building relationships, and being immersed in something that's really fun.
Right.
I really love dancing, and I love the music, the club atmosphere. I could just live there. And so this reminds me of that nightlife.
Okay.
But in a healthier version.
Okay.
A healthier way. And so I come because it's fun, and there's an actual desire to show up.
Right.
Because of the people that I get to see and new faces I get to meet, because I'm a people person and I love meeting new people, and so
yeah,
my relationship with fitness has grown stronger.
Right. Okay. And would you describe this as a gym fitnessing, or it sounds to you like there's other parts of it that probably keep you here rather than just the working out?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Leadership. And just seeing their integrity, attention to detail, the relationships that they build, and realizing that we are all one and we're all included.
Right.
And there's not this I'm the boss and I'm going to tell you what to do. No, it's literally having them come up underneath us and lift us up.
Right.
And so I love partnering with the owners, I guess, but it's more like we have a relationship with them, and we feel very empowered being around them. And so that's huge in their vision. So when you have a vision, obviously people want to gravitate to that vision.
Yeah.
And so anything that we do on a daily basis is like thinking about the future, like, will this duplicate in the next gym? Will this duplicate, you know, going forth? So everything that we do, we have to keep in mind, is this duplicatable?
Right.
And so, and it's really cool. You are the people you surround yourself with. And
Right.
so being a part of an environment where people are excited to be here, they're not, you know, depressed or like, I don't know,
Not motivated.
not
to work out.
motivated.
You don't get that here.
Like
Right.
people
You
look
don't.
forward to coming here.
Okay.
And so it's exciting.
So Azra, tell us about the people that come through the door. Is it very much people of your age? And you know, you guys are fit looking and healthy. Are you attracting that, or is there different people?
You know, I remember being in the meetings before Workout Bar opened, and they were thinking that majority of our clients were going to be moms, you know, ages from 30s to 40s. you know?
Right.
But then we started getting our members in, and they range from all ages. We get kids in here, and I really enjoy seeing the kids. There's this little girl named Natalie. She's so cute, but she mimics her mom when she works out. And I started thinking that, this was last weekend, that all types of ages come in, whether it's fit people or it's people who haven't worked out in years, you know? And it's from moms to dads to aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, you know? There's people that come in my age. I come to work out. My coworkers come to work out here. And it kicks everybody's butt. I'd like to think that I'm pretty fit, but it does. It challenges me. And I think that's what's important to everybody who comes in, is the age groups. Like, it doesn't exclude an age group. You know what I mean? Workout Bar is for everybody, and I think that's where you see like the value, because who else likes to have fun working out? You know, you get to work out with your friends, you get to work out with your family, which actually brings in all types of age groups. You know, you get to bring in your friends, you can bring in your mom. I brought in my dad last week for the first time, and he really liked it. And
Really?
I think he's going on 48, but he had a good workout, and he was working out with me. So I think it's the age groups and the way it includes everybody, and the types of workouts, because they are for everybody, whether you need modifications to your workout or you don't. And you could go beast mode if you really want to, but I think that's the importance. It's for everybody, and everybody knows it. You know,
Right.
you're welcome no matter what age you are. And I really stand by that idea.
Right.
I like it.
What do you think people's sort of biggest concern is before they actually step through those doors and experience what you're talking about now?
Their biggest concern,
Like finishing the class.
Really?
Finishing the class is one of them. I haven't worked out in, 5 months. I have this injury, and you're like, it's okay. We got you. You know, we monitor them very personally. We know their names. We watch their heart rate, especially if they're first timers. We make sure like they know how to transfer from station to station, from functional to training. They know how to use the cardio machines. They know the way the rounds work, whether it's the 60 seconds, 45, 30 seconds with 15 seconds of rest in between, where they're every step of the way. So that way they have a good experience, and they do come back, and they do tell their friends about this, because it's fun.
I do have to say something very humbling.
Yeah.
You said something that they might be concerned with coming in.
Yeah.
So my relationship with fitness back then, I would just ride on free trials on all gyms in different cities when I would travel. I have never committed. So I would go travel to a city, and one day I would go to a gym. What's up, Sean?
Hey, Sean.
And so I would gym hop, just
Right.
riding on the free wave. And so it's kind of funny, because I was thinking, when you were talking, I was like, I think from my perspective, because there might be people like me, is their biggest concern is, are they going to try and sell me?
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
They're trying to sell me, try and get me to buy, like, you know? And so I think coming from the opposite end, because that's in other gyms, that's how it was done.
Yeah.
You know, all right, let's get you committed, and let's do
close
this.
you,
And
yeah.
let's close you. And so here, taking a whole different approach to that, it's
Right.
very exciting.
Right.
And so I have to be humble about my fitness
Oh,
gyms.
That's interesting, and I would agree. I've done and tried the free trials, and you're waiting for, okay, come on, do it.
Yeah.
try and sell me
Yeah.
whatever. So what you're saying is that's not what you guys do. It's like, come and try it, and
Yeah,
then
it's coming from a different perspective, different angle.
Right.
And we're in the process of that right now. And so I think when they get the full experience, there's a desire to actually want to be a part of what we're doing here.
Right. Instead of needing to convince them, they
They experience it for themselves.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Yeah, and to add on.
So
to
who we
that-
got joining here now? then?
I'm Sean.
Sean.
So to add on to that, something that we like to say here is that we're not trying to sell you. We're trying to serve you
Right.
and your needs and whatever they may be. You know, to lose weight, to get a little bit more tone. So
Or have more fun.
yeah, or meet friends and network here, and you know.
It's not a gym. It is the literal meaning of a family, for sure.
Right.
These are our mentors. They make everybody want to be here, whether it's employees, whether it's members, it's friends, families. Like, it is the best place you could possibly come to work out with the best environment.
Right.
Whether it's, not that I don't like cardio.
Right.
I like free weights very much, but I really enjoy coming to the class. When I sign up for a class, like, I'm like, it's 5:45 a.m., you know, like, I have to come do an 8:30 class. I don't want to do it. I'm tired. But then as soon as I get here, it's like the instructors, they're pumping you up. The people at the front desk, you walk in, they're like, hey, how's your morning going? Everybody, you know everybody personally. You know how they work. You know what who their family is. You know what they're gonna do after, like what they do with their day. It is personal.
Right.
And I think that's what changes it, and that's why we are breaking or disturbing the fitness industry, because nobody's really personal with their members.
Right.
And that's where we come in.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, we
love you.
We provide a
We
higher
love
level of
you.
service. You know, it's going to be comparable to like Ritz Carlton and you know the Four Seasons, but of the fitness industry. We want to be that level of service, and you know that's what makes people stick around.
Yeah.
You know, and like that loyalty that Steve was talking about.
Yeah, and we spoke earlier about, you've got two different concepts. You've got your traditional gym next door and this one here. How would you describe the difference of the two boxes?
It's okay. So I started working out over there.
Yeah.
I don't really like talking to anybody during my workout. I have my hat on, I have my earphones in. But when I come over here, it's a different atmosphere. You have to. The social fitness, it is 100% the meaning of the word. Everybody in here, when you come to work out, everybody knows each other by name. You know the instructor. You're cheering each other on during the workout. Somebody's tired, and if I'm tired, I hear somebody yelling my name, like, come on, dude, you have 35 seconds left. You know what I mean? And I think that's what keeps people coming back, is you have that drive, you have that ambition to get better, that hunger. You know what I mean? When you see actual results, which you do get here because you are so focused on your heart rate and you're able to watch it and it's immediate results, you know what you're doing, it just makes you come back, especially with the people, or because of the people.
Yeah.
Not just the people who work here, it's the members.
Right.
It is for sure a family, in every sense, in every aspect of the word.
Okay, so final question, I'll ask it to you as a collective. So podcast is called Escape Your Limits, and Escape Your Limits means escaping what I guess generally people think is the norm. So it's doing something different to what everybody else thinks is possible. So escaping and doing the impossible. What would you say that since you guys have been here, whether it's in the workout and as the team, what do you think is a good example of where you've done something that people think is not possible and you've proved that it is possible? How would you answer that collectively?
Sean?
That's a really good question. Well,
I do have to interrupt. I did notice, was it yesterday or the day before, I was working out, and on the bar it said escape your limits, because I was I'm like, oh man, doing these battle ropes. And I looked ahead of me and there was the logo or the words escape your limits. I'm like, that motivated me. I'm like, yeah, keep going, push harder, And so even just reading those words while I was working out was motivating, exciting, and breaking past what I feel comfortable with.
Right.
And so that was cool. That's
Okay.
when I noticed escape your limits, and then I realized what was happening here. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so funny. But escape your
Well,
limits.
I guess so. I'm more the sales role here.
Right.
And
okay.
so one thing that we escape from is kind of having that hidden agenda, not being transparent with prices up front. Steve's really adamant about, you know, hey, let's show them the prices. If they ask, they're right there on their app. You can find them on the website. You can ask Siri to what are the prices at Workout Bar, and you can find it in an instant. And any other gym, if you call them, they're going to tell you to come in before they give you any price. So we're escaping from that, and I think transparency, integrity, honesty, those are kind of a new way of thinking of and doing business, and I think that'll help us thrive.
Yeah.
Well, escaping your limits, actually, I read them before when we first opened, but it became real to me when I saw members coming in, first timers who hadn't worked out in a couple of months. They came in and they wouldn't be able to finish the class.
Right.
They would talk about, I'm so tired, like they felt nauseous. You know, we take care of them, give them electrolytes. But then once I saw these members becoming consistent, and they kept coming back and they kept coming back, and they were able to finally finish their first class, that's when they escaped their limit, and that's when it became real to me. And I saw them, and because they finished their first class, they would come in the morning, and then they would come in the afternoon class, and they just kept coming back, and they would bring people, because you get to see it. You get to see your limits being escaped, especially because there's a mirror.
Woo! No, that's very good.
That was good.
And I'm going to throw in one more, and it's to try and sort of get a collective view on this. But what if you had to bottle down everything that goes in here? And this isn't for you to say anything about Escape or the equipment. Purely Workout Bar, bottle it down. What would be that one secret element that kind of makes this what it really is? You know, how would you? What would that magic part be? It's not a test. They're not going to.
Yeah.
I would boil it down to two things. So one, it's an experience.
Yeah.
You know, and it's all by design and engineered. And the other thing, it's creating a lifestyle for people. So we want people to change their health habits and not just a quick fix, not just bulk and then, you know, cut and then later on. You know, you look at a lot of bodybuilders, later on when they're not competing, they're just in horrendous shape. Yeah. So we're not teaching that. We're teaching how to have a holistic approach on your finances, your health, your social aspect, everything.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Anything to add?
Well, I mean, the only word that really comes into my head is relationships.
Right.
You know, whether it's personal, whether it's like friendships, whatever it is, like all of our members, like me and every single member that I know in here, which is majority of them, almost all of them, I have a relationship with them.
Right.
And where else am I going to get that? You know?
Yeah.
Where else am I going to feel that mutual friendship between client and employee?
Yeah.
So that's here.
Yeah, that's very.
Home. Yeah.
I have 3 words.
Go on then.
Desire
Yeah.
Okay. I like
is
it.
a good secret.
I like it.
Contagious joy
Right.
and destination.
Okay. And what do you mean by that?
So destination is because people look forward to coming here. This
Right.
is like a destination to get away from the stress, the craziness, the busyness of life, just to let all that go and come to a destination where that burden is lifted, you're encouraged, you're empowered, you're refreshed, and that creates joy within you.
Right.
So, and it's
Good place to
contagious,
be.
and then you overflow, and then you tell everyone about it when you leave. So,
Fantastic. Well, look, thank you very much. That's
Thank
been
you,
that's much more
Matthew.
interested in with these guys. All right, guys. Thank you very much.
All right,
All right,
thank
take
you.
care. Thanks. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this podcast. If you did, then please go over to iTunes and subscribe to the Escape Your Limits podcast. Leave a review, leave a comment. It really would help us a lot to continue to keep these going.